This information is for entertainment purposes only, and is solely the opinion of a U.S. citizen with no legal degree in Canada. The business registration images and video presented here are public information, available by doing your own Google search. Please do not use anything stated in this video to harass, report, bully, or otherwise be a pest to Chantal or YouTube. While I do think it would behoove her to learn what exactly her business name registration choice means for her personal liability, and how her legal name is attached, if YouTube allows her to use this means of owning a new channel, it's not anyone's place to interfere.
Businesses are their own entity in the legal world.
Sole proprietorship is an unincorporated business that is owned by one individual. It is the simplest kind of business structure. The owner of a sole proprietorship has sole responsibility for making decisions, receives all the profits, claims all losses, and does not have separate legal status from the business. If you are a sole proprietor, you also assume all the risks of the business. The risks extend even to your personal property and assets. If you are a sole proprietor, you pay personal income tax on the net income generated by your business. You may choose to register a business name or operate under your own name or both. If you operate as an individual, just bill your customers or clients in your own name. If you operate under a registered business name, bill your clients and customers in the business's name. If your business has a name other than your own, you'll need a separate bank account to process checks payable to your business.
I'm worried about YouTube. It's not my channel, Truly Kristen.
She claims this channel isn't owned by her, and that may actually be the case for a couple of reasons. First, the channel description states it is a Canadian business named The Beezer Show Limited. That name is not valid in Canada for the registration she made, so I suppose it's possible a different business does own it. This isn't likely, based on the very first video available on the channel, but whatever. Second, it's possible that she had someone else create the channel using their information for the channel and for the Google AdSense account, and just used her business name as the channel name. I think this is the most likely option, although it unfortunately won't shield her from personal liability if anything goes wrong.
Look at it this way. This is what I say. It's like, legally, literally, the Beezer Show Limited is a business. It's a legit, registered, paid for business.
Ignoring that she keeps adding limited to the name, yes, it is a paid for business. She registered the name, The Beezer Show, as a sole proprietorship in Ontario on March 16, 2022.
It's its own business entity.
Sole proprietorship is technically anyone and everyone can be by starting their business on their own. You can wake up in the morning and you decide you want to sell mugs with nice kittens on them over the Amazon, at shows, in the stores, whatever works for you, without doing any special registrations, any special formalities. This way you will be working as your own business, and the business and business entrepreneurs would be the same. If you want to give another name to a business, then in Ontario you have a very simple process, not costly at all, for registering a master business license, which technically gives you a certificate confirming that you operating under a certain name.
If reaction channels can still streamline some of my content on YouTube, why can't an entity like the Beezer Show Limited feature people, characters? You know what? Foodie Beauty probably won't even be. Foodie Beauty is a character, and that is banned from YouTube. But Chantal Savo, an employee of the Beezer Show.
Chantal Saro is the Beezer Show, in the eyes of the Canadian government and tax agency. She registered as a sole proprietor, and listed her name and address as the authorized agent for serving the business, and as the primary place of business. I know she's doxed her own address repeatedly on YouTube, but I redacted it here as a courtesy, along with her business identification number. Don't come for me, Chantal. I'm being nice.
Maybe on there. So that's just what I'm saying. And I mean, I'm not Chantal Soro is banned as fuck. I am not going to cause trouble for that business. I don't want to. I just want to bees.
The additional benefit of doing business as a sole proprietor is, of course, because you're the same person as a individual in the business, your tax reporting would be one.
I'm expanding my liability. Yeah, I have a protection and backup. I'm just trying to grow my community. I feel like people think it's funny and like it's a fucking joke. Like,
along with that, being a sole proprietor brings certain liabilities. So in as innocent activity as this painting and selling mugs could be, there are certain liabilities even if in this type of activities. For example, what if you use a paint that is toxic and could be dangerous for people's health? What if the mug that you use isn't quality enough and pieces of it would fall off during someone drinking coffee, making person choke? These are just simple examples, but the point is, those liabilities are generated by your business, and because you are your business, they're generated by you. That means that if I was a person who got damaged by your actions, I would be suing you personally and directly, which technically means if I win, no matter how big the claim is, I can go after you personally to get my money in accordance with the court order. And what it means is that I can arrest your house, your salary, your bank accounts, garnish money from third parties, and depending on the type of the damages, you would be risking anything and everything you have doing the business through sole proprietorship.
so yeah. I don't think that it might be a different story if I were to be featured live on the Beezer Show.
Holy, so bright.
But other channels have banned YouTubers on there, like to interview them or to feature them on their show. So I don't know what to say. It's one of those situations, and I didn't say like I was planning on like live streaming with the Beezer Show regularly like before. That I would most likely would just do on my Foodie Beauty channel, but I think it's only fair that the Beezer Show Limited.
I really don't understand why she keeps saying the business name is the Beezer Show Limited, when it actually isn't. Sole proprietorship business names cannot include the words limited or incorporated, nor any abbreviations of those words. It's absolutely maddening that she might seem to be doing things the proper way, but then she starts talking and reveals how she's half-assed part of it, and how she just doesn't care to understand or research what she's doing. This business owns the YouTube channel idea could possibly work, but not when it's done so sloppily.
Gets to showcase content that I make with the Beezer Show or whatever.
You are the Beezer Show. The Beezer Show is you.
I don't know. That's just my reasoning about it. The name of the business. What is the name of the business the lady owns? Because the lady does not live in Ontario and does not have a business called the Beezer Show Limited. Because that is not. I mean, unless she's the actual owner of the business of the Beezer Show I'm talking about that I work for. I know whenever I posted that business license.
I can't be arsed to find the post, but this is what she put in the first video on that channel. This only proves that Chantal owns that business, so I don't know why she thinks it was a good idea.
And I was like, hey, Beezer Show, and everyone's just like, crickets, like, what the fuck are you? Like, one of my friends was like, I'm gonna faint. I'm like making my friends faint. I know I'm so impatient, but I'm telling you, in my opinion, it would be nice if the Beezer Show was allowed space on the platform to prove to be an entertaining company.
I have this Kate Spade laptop case. Because you remember I said for my birthday I wanted to get a laptop and go to the beach and start writing a story. So I got a Lenovo because I had the guy help me out, one of the geek guys at the Best Buy guy. This is actually the coolest thing. It's a really good computer, apparently. Lenovo has a thumbprint thing for security because this is going to be a bit. This is actually a company computer for real. This is no joke. This is a company property. This is company property. So it's a touch screen. It's a touch screen laptop, and it turns into a tablet. Because I'm gonna need to work a lot when I'm in Cuba. Entrepreneur. Entrepreneur bees in Cuba. Entrepreneur bees in Cuba. Jean.
Up to 30 days. But up to 30 days in the grand scheme of things isn't a long time, I know. To someone who's a giant toddler with no patience, it's like an eternity. And the opportunities to self-destruct within that 30 days are immensely too much. I wish you knew what it was like to be me.
So what does any of this mean? Well, it means that at the very least, Chantal doesn't know the rules about not using certain words in her business name, and she thinks that the business is a separate entity than herself. It may also mean that when setting up this second YouTube channel, Chantal either used her business registration name or number instead of her own name, or she had someone else set it up using their own info and her business name. The problem with that is as a sole proprietor, she and the business are the same for all legal and tax purposes. As far as the channel being monetized so quickly, it took less than 2 weeks to be fully monetized and have the super chat option available. Either the AdSense account tied to the channel is in someone else's name, or she used the business info. If it's in someone else's name, she might just be able to build the channel up, regain some of her lost following, get the membership option activated, and eventually start making 20K per month again. If it's in her business name, I imagine it's only a matter of time until YouTube and Google close the account for ban evading. Either way, it'll be interesting to see what happens next, and how much more chaotic she's going to make everything.